My dad called me right after I got paid.
My little brother needed money for school. Grandma had more medical bills. And there was still the rent, water, and electricity.
At the end of the call, he admitted,
I've lost money gambling again.
I sat inside the security booth, prosthetic leg set aside. I rubbed the aching remnant of my bad leg with both hands, feeling utterly lost and directionless. The weight of everything pressed down on me until it was hard to breathe. A loud car horn blared. I quickly raised the security bar. The car that rolled in was expensive, sleek, black, and obviously worth more than I'd make in 10 years. It belonged to my boss, Charles Grant. Charles stepped out and walked over to the window with a small smile. His eyes, however, dropped immediately to my crippled leg. The look in them was warm on the surface, but underneath it was something hungry and intimate.
That's okay. I didn't wait too long.
He tilted his head slightly.
You look like you're in a bad mood. Is everything all right?
I leaned against the door and shrugged as if I didn't care.
I'm fine. Just lost a game, that's all.
Charles didn't say anything. His gaze lingered on my leg a second longer, tracing the shape of the prosthesis with obvious interest. That was how rich people were. Their lives were too comfortable, so they developed strange cravings for broken things, for damaged edges. He licked his lips subtly. The rain was pouring hard that night. Charles Grant stood outside the security booth, umbrella in hand, looking perfectly dry and expensive.
It's been raining a lot lately. Your leg must be hurting more than usual.
I'm fine.
He paused, then spoke in that soft, careful voice of his.
I don't come here often. I'm looking for someone reliable to take care of my house. If you know anyone suitable...
I knew what he was really asking. Poor people don't have the luxury of dignity. The thought of Grandma in the hospital and my brother's tuition next month made the decision easier than it should have. I looked him in the eye.
No need to look elsewhere. What do you think of me?
If you're willing, that would be the best.
3 days later, I quit my security job and moved into Charles's townhouse in Lincoln Park. The salary was $25,000 a month. All I had to do was keep the house clean. I could even visit my grandmother at the hospital during the day. It sounded like the best job I could ever get. If only Charles didn't look at my bad leg the way he did, like it was something he wanted to touch, to own, to devour. That night, a call came saying Charles was drunk at a bar and needed someone to bring him home. I took one of his flashy cars and drove there. He was heavily intoxicated, face flushed, eyes glassy.
Holden, am I dreaming? I think I see you.
I half carried him back to the villa and dumped him onto his bed. Charles lay sprawled on the sheets, breathing heavily. His glassy eyes found me in the dim light, and a drunken, crooked smile tugged at his lips. He reached out, fingers weakly grabbing at my shirt as he pulled me closer.
Come here, Holden.
His voice was low, hoarse, and filthy with alcohol.
That leg of yours. Fuck. I've been hard all night just thinking about it.
He let out a low, shaky laugh, eyes half-lidded with lust. As I tried to leave, his arms suddenly wrapped around my neck, refusing to let go. His lips brushed against my jaw, hot and unsteady.
You're drunk, boss.
But his hand was already sliding down, fingers tracing the line of my crippled leg with that familiar, unsettling hunger. Charles' eyes were dark, glazed with alcohol and something deeper. Touch was strangely tender, yet filled with clear fascination. A low, shaky groan slipped from Charles's throat as his fingertips traced the edge of my prosthesis.
It's really beautiful.
He breathed hoarsely, almost reverently. His breathing grew heavier, ragged, each exhale turning into a soft, needy whimper whenever he pressed harder into the scarred skin.
So beautiful.
I looked down at him, slender, fair-skinned, with a face pretty enough to pass for a woman. It wasn't the worst deal in the world. For my family, I could swallow my pride. At least that's what I told myself. I lowered my head and kissed him hard.
You started it.
Charles's eyes widened in surprise, but only for a second. Then he responded eagerly, tongue meeting mine, breathing growing heavier.
I've wanted this leg. Wanted you like this. For so long.
His hands never left my crippled leg. He caressed the damaged area with increasing hunger, as if the imperfection excited him more than anything else. I pulled back slightly, breathing against his lips.
You really like it that much? Does touching a broken man make you feel powerful?
Your scars are attractive.
Instead, he pulled me closer, kissing me deeper while his fingers continued to explore every ridge and scar on my hand out and gripped his wrist tightly, holding it firmly in place and stopping him from going any lower. My voice was calm, but carried an unmistakable steel.
Not tonight. And not on your terms.
Charles's breath hit sharply.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
Lust flared wildly in his eyes as he tried to yank his hand free, but I kept my grip iron tight, pressing his wrist hard against my chest so he couldn't move it even an inch downward.
You can have me. But only if we take turns.
Otherwise,
no deal.
I shoved his restless hand away, quickly straightened my clothes, and put some distance between us. His gaze burned into me like red-hot iron filled with shock, frustration, and an even fiercer hunger. His breathing hitched.
Damn it!
I didn't push further. I pulled back and stood up, adjusting my clothes.
I need time to think about it. You should too.
As I walked toward the door, I could feel his gaze burning into my back, a mix of frustration, surprise, and unmistakable hunger. That night, I returned to the guest room without turning on the lights. I lay on the bed staring at the ceiling, my mind replaying the image of Charles pinned beneath me, his eyes half closed, lips parted, breathing completely messed up. Just thinking about his expression made my body react in ways it shouldn't. I turned over and buried my face in the pillow.
Damn it, Charles. You did that on purpose.
The aching arousal refused to fade. Eventually, I had no choice but to get up and take a cold shower. The cold water slid over my skin, but it did nothing to suppress the burning desire inside me. The aching arousal refused to fade. I wrapped my hand around my throbbing cock and stroked it hard, fast, and rough.
Fuck. So fucking good.
I didn't want to admit that I was feeling desire for Charles's body. Before him, I had always been attracted to soft, smooth women. The next morning, I packed my luggage and prepared to leave. Charles was sitting in the living room drinking tea. When he saw me coming downstairs with my bag, his hand holding the cup paused midair.
Where are you going?
Back to where I belong.
He didn't stand up. He simply stared at my prosthetic leg, his gaze glued to it.
Your grandmother's hospital just sent the bill for this round of treatment, and your brother is still $3,000 short for next month's tuition.
I stopped in my tracks.
Are you threatening me?
Rage burned through me. I wanted to strangle him.
I'm not threatening you. I'm just reminding you.
He set down his teacup, stood up, and walked over to me until I could smell the faint scent of his cologne.
You can leave, Holden. The door isn't locked, but you should think carefully. You're not just walking out of this house. You're walking away from your grandmother's medicine and your brother's textbooks.
I gripped the handle of my suitcase tightly. I wanted to smash the suitcase into his handsome face, but I didn't move, because he was telling the truth. I slowly loosened my grip. The suitcase slid to the floor with a dull thud.
You're such a fucking bastard.
Charles Grant let out a soft, low laugh.
Yeah, I know.
He bent down to pick up the suitcase for me. His fingers deliberately brushed against my residual limb as he did so. I jerked back, as if burned. He didn't follow me. He simply stood there watching me. The hunger in his eyes was impossible to hide.
You got hard last night, didn't you? Think about it carefully, Holden. Are you really hating me, or are you hating yourself for enjoying it?
That night, I didn't leave. I carried my luggage back to the guest room. I went into the bathroom and turned on the cold tap, splashing water violently onto my face. When I looked up, the mirror was fogged with steam. I wiped it with my sleeve, and for a split second, Charles Grant's face appeared in the reflection. I froze.
I like women. I've always liked women.
I slammed the bathroom door shut, went back to the bed, and grabbed my laptop. My fingers trembled as I typed. Big tits, busty girls, curvy women, blonde, brunette, all kinds of videos. I opened one after another, forcing myself to stare at soft, smooth female bodies, full breasts bouncing loud, feminine moans. But no matter how hard I tried, my body kept reacting against my will. Every time I blinked, the woman on the screen blurred and was replaced by Charles. My breathing grew heavier. In the end, all I could see was Charles Grant's face. Those dark, lust-filled eyes staring straight at me, lips slightly parted, breathing ragged.
Fuck!
Rage exploded in my chest. I grabbed the laptop with both hands and smashed it hard against the edge of the desk. The screen cracked violently, glass shards flying everywhere.
Get the fuck out of my head! Charles.
The broken screen flickered one last time before going completely black.